Hello, everybody. Been a minute. But I think we're going to try to get ourselves caught back up to what we were doing. So let's see. We got to get more of these slugs. And we've got to find ourselves some documents. I'm trying to see. I want to make sure I get everything ready before I go to get Zeb's staff. So let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. I've got to get back into the swing of how this bad boy rolls. Right. Fast. He rolls fast. Any of these instant speed? This one's instant speed. That deals more damage. Is this an AoE? No, it's just a particle of light. Okay. So this is the one to draw. And that's also an instant. Is this just a damage over time? Yep. That's just a really strong dot. So we open with Holy Blast. Alright, I think I got it. Alright, so we got a few more of these admittedly kind of gross looking slugs. You know, I start a system and the first thing I do, I break it. And I'm just like, nah, screw the slowly. Ooh, we can do this too. This is where we paint the pipes so they don't look like crap. That way we get past inspection without actually having to replace the pipes. Even though I think it emphasizes the rust. Ooh, even the big guy counts. So we're just going to twirl our finger like we're doing something important. We're going to put my mount down here because I'm a creature of habit. And I'm going to forget how to summon a mount. Because the controls are different setup with this character than they are with my main. So I'm just going to make them the same as my main because I'm a big old baby. I'm a big old baby. Alright, slugs are dealt with. Now we just gotta paint some pipes by twirling our finger. What else? One of the enemies in the smuggler's camp. Does this guy count? I hope so. Was that it? Nope. Oh, they're literally in that spot. Alright, I'll run over here just because it's right here. Okay, so that's like chain lightning. Because that's the name of it, you dingling. I'm obviously paying attention to what things say. This could be the end of poor old Sakir. Keep beating them! Keep beating them! You can do it! Alright, let's heal our health up a little bit, because I kinda got my head caved in. Hey look, there's our target. Philip de Pluy. Or Philip de Pluy, I don't know French. Someone tell me how bad I did on pronouncing that. I'm sure that'll be real easy to encourage someone to do. I can't tell who sounded gross and grumpy. Was that me or him? I hope it was me. That'd be cool. Gross and grumpy. You went down like it was nothing. Yeah, that damage over time is absolutely absurd. Find Yaver Crutch near the sewage plant. Well, what do you want? Yeah, the bastards locked me up. Never mind. Once I get out, I'll show them. Scumbags. Damn, I've paid for my short-sightedness. I wanted to increase my authority and expand my operations. That's the only reason I got involved with the smugglers. They even contacted me first via goblins. How could I have walked into such a trap? I didn't know that what they were really up to, I swear. I only figured out something was wrong when the smugglers stole Nazeb's staff. Some things are too sacred to be stolen. It's the League's fault, I tell you. The League is behind this. I had nothing to do with stealing the staff. Will you tell the council that? Will you put in a good word for me? I'm an honest gangster. I'm forever the Empire. The Empire is my home. An honest gangster. Seems legit. Great. Let me just draw the attention of literally everyone. Probably should be saving that till, like, the next mob, just because it's not doing me a whole lot of good casting my really strong damage over time spell only for the guy to die in one tick. Hey! Cool. I'm not the only low level. Yay! He's also playing, like, the fastest leveling class in the game right now, I think. That's the, what are they called? Like, the Demonologist? Like, the actual class title is Demonologist. Your action has been interrupted. You've moved. They've got, like, I think it's, like, 3 different forms. Kind of think, for those of us who've played WoW, and if you're looking at this, there's a very strong possibility you know what I'm talking about. They're kind of like a druid in the sense that, like, they have different forms that they can take, and the demonologist is kind of like a mixture between like a warlock and a druid. So instead of taking on the forms of, like, you know, like normal wild animals, instead you take on the forms of, like, demons. So, like, you become like these big scary monster things. And so you've got, like, this incubi or succubi form that's the DPS build, like, explicitly just damage. That's all it does, is raw damage. It's got, like, this giant hulking beast thing, and it's like the, I guess, the tanking build. And then it's got, like, this travel form, basically kind of like and I think they call it, like, the Predator or something. And it's like a mix between damage and movement speed. It's, like, actually faster than, like, the early mounts that they give you for free. And so, like, that's the only class that, like, once you pick it, you actually have the fastest movement speed of anybody else. So between movement speed and just raw damage, you're just outclassing everyone. So we've painted the 6 mana pipes. You've already painted them, you say. You didn't just pour the paint on the ground on a corner, did you? Well, I guess I'll have to take your word for it. I hope you're not lying to me, survivor. Thanks for eliminating those slugs. Maybe the other workers will complain less now. I have a reward for your help. Choose anything you like. Oh, and take this certificate signifying your assistance in the Imperial sanitation issues. This sucker, I think, is just worth money. Award for outstanding personal hygiene. Thanks. We're going to walk right over here. We're going to open it, and we're going to sell it. In fact, we're just going to sell off all the junk. Great. So I just got an item that literally converts someone's mount into a crustacean. Interesting. That's funny. That's absolutely funny. What is my Mira at? 10k? I think I'm okay. I'm also rocking more money than I know what to do with. Because of a friendly rando. Talk to Oleg. Infiltrate the smugglers' camp near the sewage plant. Deliver the evidence to Pavel Nevelin. Okay, so basically those two. So let's just do that. And then while I'm there, I can go ahead and check my mail, because I know I've got a couple of things to look at. They had a new expansion release, or Update 11, I think is what they call it, but it's got raised the level cap by 5. I think it's like level 90 or something like that now. And they also released this special edition that you can pay a little bit extra cash. I think it's like $10 for a small pack, and then like $20 for another, or... No, I think it's 15 and 20, and then it's 30 if you get both. And it comes with a bunch of cosmetics, and then like a mount, and a couple of pets that not only act as a cosmetic themselves, but also they also give you the ability to auto loot, so that way you don't have to constantly keep pressing like the F key or right-clicking the dead targets to pick stuff up. So the smuggler's documents, man. Is that some sort of document? Let me see it. It's written in Elven. I sense a promotion coming my way, and it's about time. I'm getting tired of sitting around here. Alright, so what I want to get is proficiency and vitality, I guess. If that's an option. It's not, but none of these are better than mine anyway. I forgot. I'm wearing blue stuff from the leveling gear. Alright, so sabotage. Well, I found... Sabotage! Sorry. Well, I finally managed to plow my way through the pompous elven verbosity. It's the usual good news, bad news scenario. The bad news is that the League is involved in this conspiracy against the Empire, and their poison runs deep. They have a plan to sabotage our entire culture. Just listen to what this elven bastard says. A totalitarian society like the Empire does not require a massive conspiracy involving the bribing officials and so on. The hunger for information is so great that the citizens of the Empire are prepared to deceive themselves and betray their ideals just to satisfy it. Can you believe this? The good news pales in comparison. It turns out we were wrong about Oleg Providin. He is not involved with this conspiracy any more than the rest of us. What's really interesting is the bit about the staff. The dead elf you got these papers from believed that the staff operation was misguided. He says it's neither the time nor the place. Pity they didn't listen to him. Well, now our main problem right now is the new national emergency. The Zace has been captured. That's the Zataganian Astral Energy Station, or power plant. Our power plant. This is driving me crazy. An emergency council meeting has been formed at the base near the boiler camp. Go there and find Council Representative Ilya Shavernin and tell him everything you know. Alright, so they're going to start funneling me toward the dungeon here in a minute. I think that's what this quest up here does too. But that's going to be a little bit exciting, because then I can show off the mercenaries. This sucker right here. I don't even need this on my hotbar. Because when you get the free mercenaries, or when you get the mercenaries in the area, you just talk to them, I think. And if that don't work, then I'll summon them the other way. You look like you've got important news. Come on, spit it out. Oh my, so the League have Zeb's staff. That's the worst news I've had in 60 seconds. Before that, I got some pretty terrible news as well. What is the world coming to? Wait, there's another urgent... so keeping things quiet. So wait, there's another urgent matter. Remember that amulet you had to fight for in Fierce Test, the Roughnecks Arena? They finished the tests on it, but unfortunately I can't tell you anything. One of the scientists yapped about it to someone else, and now the matter has been classified as top secret. We've all had to sign a non-disclosure agreement, except you. It's time to correct that. This came right from the top, so you don't have a choice. Sign it. Naturally, your discretion will be rewarded. And so I agreed to sign the non-disclosure. Disclose this to anyone and they'll put you away for life in the best case scenario. Don't think, just sign it. Perfect. You have a beautiful signature, and here's your reward. Alright, emergency at the power plant. Yep. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, it does. There's no end to the bad news. You would have thought nothing could be worse than the staff being stolen, right? Well, now the enemy's getting into a closed sector and penetrating Zace. That's right. The Zace has been captured, and naturally the League is behind it. Nobody knows exactly what's going on, but it looks like the infiltration and the theft of the staff are related. Go to the boiler camp immediately. It's located on the grounds directly outside the captured power plant. The emergency council has already arrived on the outskirts. Tell them everything we've learned about the staff. Sweet. Alright. Alright, we'll just follow that one. Oh, wait. Mailbox. Mailbox. Before I forget. Alright. Ask about changing class. I'll worry about that later. Free traders. Okay, so I've got this one. So they've got the loot boxes back up again. Reign of Darkness Collector's Edition. This comes with a couple of things, including a mount. So, that's cool. This comes with Pet Foxy. Alright, let's see. I don't need to pop that one open yet. I'll open that one. I'll open that one. Got a mana bike. That's pretty cool, actually. Alright, I'm not opening that. Alright, that's the Chieftain's armor. And what I'll do is for funsies, I will save the loot box until next time, so that way we're not spending the whole time just digging through stuff. I'll show off the cosmetics and stuff then too. I am, however, that's not what I wanted. I am, however, going to equip Foxy. That way it saves us time on me picking up loot. She just picks it up for me. So I did kinda take the steps necessary to make this a little bit easier. Alright, and I'm going to kick these off. I'm going to save her because sometimes you have to turn her back on. And then we're going to keep the mana bike off for now. If it starts getting real grindy, I'll get the mana bike because it's stupid fast. But I'd like not to show too much stuff that you can't get for playing for free. The Foxy is just for my own sanity, because otherwise you're going to be hearing me click the F key a bajillion times. And a mechanical keyboard's loud. Alright, so emergency at the power plant. They have Nezeb's staff? Why do they need the staff? Yet another unanswered question. I've got news for you, too. Remember that encrypted letter you were given by the goblin from Azun? It's been deciphered. So finding the catacombs. Every kindness you do to a goblin will be repaid with betrayal. We built a mighty civilization and a powerful country, but forget this simple truth and but we forget that simple truth that our ancestors knew so well. What do I mean? Well, the goblin workers from the plant sold out the Empire. They joined forces with the Canians and aided in their invasion. They also acted as the middlemen between the Canians and the Tep cultists. What do Tep cultists have to do with this, you say? Well, we're not entirely sure ourselves, but they've been spotted around the boiler camp among the League troops. We suspect some catacombs have been discovered near the plant. They might even have an exit outside of Nezabgrad, allowing the League to travel through them and into our city. You know the Imperial Sentinels were against hiring the goblins, but Yasker listened to the Council, which claimed that internal matters were within its jurisdiction. Now look where we ended up. Anyway, we've got to get back to business. I don't care if you have to crawl every inch of ground. You must find the entrance to the catacombs. Alright, so science rules. I'm a scientist sent by the ZIT to collaborate with the city council during the emergency. The ZACE is one of the greatest achievements of the ZIT, so it's no surprise that what happens to it is of great concern to us. In addition to that, the situation created by the League's sabotage is a unique one. The local rats have been under the influence of the astral for a long time. At the moment, the supply of astral energy has stopped, since the plant is currently inactive. We need to measure their radiation levels to see if they've dropped at all during the crisis. My hypothesis is that the rats are now permanently affected by the astral radiation and there shall be no change. Do you think you can take the measurements for me? Nothing must be allowed to stand in the way of science, you know, not even League saboteurs. The Empire's power is based on science and progress. Now take this dosimeter and use it to measure the radiation level of 6 different rats. Yeah, so sabotage. Yes. Yes. Don't tell me something else has happened. So the Zace being captured is related to the theft of Nezeb's staff? But how? Well, at the moment, we need to leave this information for later and get to the job at hand. So right under our very noses. The situation is as follows. The enemy has somehow infiltrated the Zace, captured key points, and shut down supplies of magical energy to the city. Do you even understand how important this power plant is? The astral is supplied to the plant via the pipelines, which is then converted into magical energy. The magical energy is then pumped into the city where it gives the people light, heating, and hope for tomorrow. Without energy, people lose faith. Now you understand that the Zace is of great strategic importance. We're going to try an assault soon to thin the ranks of the saboteurs. Then again, I don't want to rush things. Their aims are unclear and their strength is unknown. It could well be a trap. Go out and scout the boiler camp and slit some throats while you're at it. Your country needs you. Oops, I forgot to do the testing. Oops. Come here. Alright, so we're finally getting the radiation levels read properly, because I'm a goofball. Alright, that's the radiation levels read. And we are now level 4 in our patronage. Thanks for your help. I'll send the data out to be analyzed immediately. Tep was here. It is a gross injustice that the first explorer of the ruins beneath the boiler camp, which have stood untouched for more than 3 millennia, is going to be some adventurer like you and not a scientist. Did you know that Tep himself would have resided in those very catacombs? Could have resided. That's important history we're talking about. Please tread carefully on the ancient floor and try not to break anything. Damn. I can imagine that what damage you'll do while fighting off the followers of Tep. Could you at least collect some artifacts along the way? Nagus Keket, the head scientist of the Arisen, says there should be some important tablets in there. They might even enable us to answer the ultimate question, is Tep still alive? Bring them to her if you find them. She's located in Yasker's tower. The undead come in all shapes and sizes. There's one more thing I must tell you before you make your way to the catacombs. I've determined that it is in both of our best interests that you exterminate as many followers of Tep as you can. Believe me when I say that we law-abiding Arisen are ashamed of Tep's crazed followers. We regard it as our missions to scour them from the Empire, and we are grateful for any help we can get. Also, as soon as they're cleared out, we can begin sending teams of scientists to examine what's left of the catacombs. Killing them will help you survive your missions too, of course. In other words, Nagus Keket, the head scientist of the Arisen, would be grateful to you if you eliminated the followers of Tep. If you complete this mission, I suggest you report your success to her yourself. She's located in Yasker's tower, and she's guaranteed to give you a reward. Alrighty, so it sounds like we are finally getting ourselves set up at the boiler camp. So from here, it looks like we'll be working our way closer and closer to this dungeon, and it looks like we're finally on the front lines getting ready to start it. So hopefully next time we'll at least get the last preparations completed, and then we can have an episode dedicated to solely doing the dungeon and maybe a little bit after. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed your time, and thank you for everything, for waiting for me to get back into videos, and hopefully I can keep things streaming at a reasonable rate. Peace.